Hello everyone, welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Abbie. Abbie is from New Zealand, but she lives in London, in the UK. So let's see what Abbie has to say. Enjoy the interview.
Yeah.
Hello Abbie, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Very well. Thanks so much for taking the time this evening for the interview. Thank
Oh,
you.
thank you for inviting me.
So tell me, how was your day today?
It was pretty good. It was quite a relaxed day. Yeah.
So far, what has been the highlight of your week?
Of my week. Oh, um, I've been working on a project recently, editing a documentary, a really lovely documentary actually about a woman who's going into sort of like the later stages of her life, and and she sort of has like an empty nest going on, and her father had died recently, and a lot of things had happened, and she turned to ballet to sort of as a way to kind of like find what her identity as an older woman was, and it was something she'd enjoyed as a child and had given up. Um, yeah, so I did a cut of that recently, and all of the producers and the director and things are very happy with that. So that was probably the highlight of my week, actually, that there was a lot of really good feedback on that project.
That's amazing. And what's the
Yeah.
inspiration for you to put all together this project?
Well, I was approached by the production company that had made it. So they had filmed it in the previous 2 years, and then they were looking specifically for a female editor to edit it together, to sort of bring that understanding and sensitivity to it. So yeah, I had applied for the role, and that's how I ended up being there.
Amazing. So tell me
Yeah.
where are you from, Abby?
I'm from New Zealand. I'm from a small town in the north of New Zealand called Paihia,
Okay.
and it is. If you know anything about New Zealand, it's just around the corner from Waitangi, where the treaty Te Tiriti o Waitangi was signed.
Oh,
So the founding document of well, a rather controversial founding document that started the country. Yeah, and it's a small little seaside town that's around 14 to 1600 people in the off season, but in the summertime it's around 40,000 because it's by the
oh,
sea, and you can swim with dolphins and go fishing and all of that sort of things that people love to do in New Zealand.
that's amazing. My God, get crowded then, the city during summertime.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, well, it's very, very small. So yeah, but in the summertime it gets busy. People visit from all over the world.
And where are you based right now?
In London, in the UK.
And why London?
I always wanted to move to a big city, and uh, London is, I mean, as someone from the Commonwealth, London is kind of the easiest one to do that. And I'm a filmmaker, so the filmmaking community was bigger.
Wow. What's the biggest joy of waking up in London every morning?
Oh, um, I think it's one that we as Londoners don't take advantage of that often, but it really is that you have uh an abundance of like culture at your disposal, and a lot of it is for free. You can go to art galleries, you can go to the theater. There's really no excuse to be bored in London.
Totally. I think
Yeah,
London, it feels great to say, my God, I live in London, doesn't it?
yeah,
Like it literally, I think, it can be very fast sometimes, crowded, this and that. However, I think we are so lucky to be in a city where there's so much happening, so much going
hmm,
on at the same time that, you can do anything. There's a lot of opportunities as well. You can express yourself the way you are with
yeah,
colors, with anything you want to, and you're gonna look like normal. You're literally no, you're like a random person. There's no like different looks just because of the way you express yourself through arts and through. I love it. That's what I like the most about London as
yeah.
well.
I've a lot of people have always said that you'll get a little bit like blue or down in the dumps living in the city because it like with the positives that it also throws a lot of things at you. But then if you get on the bus and you go over the bridge around the South Bank and you see the all the lights at nighttime, everyone's like, oh yeah, we live in this amazing city.
It's interesting you saying that you're from New Zealand because yesterday I had an interview with a lovely man from New Zealand actually.
Oh, whereabouts was he
Yeah,
from?
Tumuka. I'm not saying I'm saying
Okay.
right. Tumuka. I'm not saying I'm saying right. It's a
Like
small town. Tumuka. Tumuka.
Temuka? Temuka?
Something like that. So yeah,
Mhm.
I apologize, but it's interesting because I was telling him yesterday that when he lives in New Zealand, so was
Yeah.
morning for him was late shift
Yeah.
here, was late here, and it's interesting because when I started doing the show a few years ago, one of my first guests on the show was from New Zealand.
Oh wow.
I haven't had one for quite a while. After that, I had another people as well, some other people, but I haven't had for
Yeah.
a while. And it was so nice to talk to, to people that I haven't talked for a while, like from other
Yeah.
countries. I was telling him yesterday, amazing, I love it.
Yeah.
Right, so let's start the interview talking about your career as an
Okay.
artist, as a filmmaker. So tell me how everything started.
Um, when I was about 13 years old, and I can't remember why, I decided I wanted to become a film director.
Okay.
And and I mean, as I've already said, I come from a very small town, and so the high school that I went to didn't have a media department, but we did have a very enthusiastic theater department teacher who was also my English teacher, and
Wow.
she was very old school in the way that uh, the way theaters used to be run, if you were an actor or a practitioner, a director or whatever, you really had no excuse to not be there. It was sort of like you'll be at rehearsal unless you're damn near dead was the saying. And so when I had told her that I wanted to be a director, she she was sort of like, well, I guess you direct everything now. And so so my all my lunch times at school were taken up with rehearsing for Shakespeare festivals, and after school I would have to go and direct at the local youth theater, and I directed a lot of theater at high school. And then in New Zealand at the time, I don't know what it's like now because this was 20 something years ago, not to age myself.
Right.
But there were two main drama schools. There was Toi Whakaari, which was mainly an acting school, which wasn't what I wanted to go into. And then there was the Unitec School of Performing and Screen Arts. And I went through a quite intense sort of audition process to go to that school. So you had to do the essays, you had to go down for a weekend and like direct something with the actors there and write things and send treatments and have this scary interview with these people. Um, and one of them actually, a lovely man named Raymond Hawthorne, who sadly died this year, and he was very influential in the theater and acting community in Auckland and in New Zealand. Um, had had said to me, who is this drama teacher that's at your high school? Because there are so many of you here, and the place you're from is so small. Because there were two people who were in the year above me at school who were in the year above at Unitech, and I think
Right.
a few more had gone, and it was, we're a school like a high school of 1,000 people, and we're vastly overrepresented at this place, and it was all because of this one teacher that I had at high school. So I went to film school for 3 years. Um,
Wow.
Film school, I don't know what the school is like now, but film schools can be very tough, and
Hmm.
they say that they're preparing you for the outside world in the way that they criticize you, but I have never been as criticized as heavily in the outside world as I was in film school. So for anybody that is a potential future film student out there, your film school might be tough on you, but the real world is not going to be that scary, or at least it's not in the UK where everyone's very polite to you. Maybe they aren't, in their own heads or behind your back. Um,
Uh,
so yeah, I went to film school, but as I'd said earlier, I always wanted to live in a big city, so
mhm.
I spent a year saving up some money and then moved to the UK.
Right.
And while I was over here, obviously you need a lot of money to live in London, so I applied for sort of like production jobs at like corporate places and for advertising and that type of thing. And got some experience on that side. So not artistic in any way, but still using the
Right.
same skills of production and
Totally.
filming and interviewing and all of those sorts of things. And then eventually editing, which has become my sort of like bread and butter stability work while I'm trying to get more artistic ventures off the ground. And
Totally.
but that took up a lot of time, and for a long while, because I moved here in 2006, I didn't do any theater or direct any film or anything for almost 10 years. And
Wow.
and when you're just sort of trying to like survive and get ahead and pay the bills, and you don't practice the art that you have wanted to do all your life, or you've trained to do, or to do, it can it like you can get quite sad. Like it's quite destabilizing.
Totally.
Um but I signed up to do a short theater festival. They were
Right.
looking for directors. And so it was a festival of these plays that were perhaps 5 to 10 minutes long. And through that, I met some writers and I met some actors, and that was a network that I didn't have at the time. I had a lot of corporate contacts, but I didn't have the like collaborators that I would need to do other things. And
Right.
then through meeting those people, I did another short play festival. I met some more people, and that kept building and building. And then I did a web series in 2014 with some of the people that I had done a play with. And then I just did short film after short film after short film for since 2014 until I mean the last short film I made was in 2024. We finished it in 2025. And now I'm in development on a couple of feature projects. There are some
Okay.
even more in the on the back pots as well. There's two that are sort of bubbling away, but there are more projects surrounding that, and this is where I find myself at the moment.
I love this story. I think, being an artist, there's a lot going on always. There's not, even though sometimes you are working in a 9 to 5 job just to
Mm,
somehow, you know, keep you going with the career, but also
yeah.
there's always something. And again, back to London. London is a place where you talk to everyone and find
Mm,
networking. It's a great place to be for sure. Right. So during the interview, I'm going to explore a bit more about your life and about your
okay.
journey. Are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life and share your point of view?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Amazing. Welcome to William and the Magic Box.
Oh my God.
So I have here my best friend. Run the fun questions. So what I'm
Yeah.
going to do, I'm just going to play a song just for us to relax before the
Okay.
first question, okay?
All right.
Let's do it. Right, so before you start the game, during the interview, if it comes up a question that you don't want to talk about or you don't want to answer, always can change, okay?
Okay.
Amazing. First question is, who is your biggest idol and what have you learned with this person?
Hmm. The answer to that changes a lot of the time, but somebody who I have admired since I was young was the actress Audrey Hepburn. And I think what I learned from her is that um, is that there's strength in leading from kindness.
Wow. And you've had the opportunity to meet her one day, or is she still with us, or she passed on
No,
already?
she died in the 1980s, I think it was.
Oh, I see. Right.
Yeah.
You had the opportunity to meet her, before
Yeah.
that. If you have
I
what would you ask? What would be the first question you would ask her?
um well, so she lived through World War II. Her background was her mother was Dutch and her father had uh he had a bit of a mixed background. Like people thought that he was British, but he might not have strictly been British.
Okay.
And her parents had separated when she was quite young, so she had gone to the Netherlands with her mother throughout World War II because they thought it would be safer there than it would be in Britain, and that actually wasn't the case because the Germans had come into the Netherlands. I think I think I would ask her uh what was it that got you through a time that tough?
Wow. A good question, actually. I think it would be interesting to hear, you know what I mean, the life experience through that time for sure as an
Mm,
artist. Wow. Great one. Next question. Let's do
yeah.
it. Okay, Abby, next question for you is, do you wish more people, sorry, what do you wish more people understood about you?
These are very deep questions. What do I wish people would understand more about me? Um, that I think I would like people to know that that almost every decision I make I think very deeply about.
Right?
So if I was to say no or to turn something down or something that might come across as like cold or unfeeling, it's something that I've considered
Saying
deeply.
that, what's the biggest joy of being Abby? What do you like the most about being you?
Um, oh, what do I like the most about being me? Um, at the moment,
Mm-hmm.
because that could change, you know, at any point in your life.
Yeah.
Um, at the moment, it's that uh I feel like I'm in a transitional period where the ground is shifting a little bit, and I don't know what's going to happen.
Amazing. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
When you think about, New Zealand, of
Mhm.
course, it's so interesting because everyone you talk to, whenever the people, when they say about New Zealand, is about the scenarios, the beauty, the nature, you know, what do you miss the most about it when you think about your country? Besides that, of course, that, it's impossible not to think about it when you think about New Zealand. But there's something else that for you, it somehow touches your heart, or you have this nostalgia moments,
Um, it's the friendliness.
right? Why do you say that? How come?
Um, there's something very relaxed about New Zealanders. I think I'm not relaxed enough to like live in New Zealand sometimes. There's, there's something there's something relaxed about New Zealanders that they have an ease to them and a friendliness that like if you encounter a New Zealander and they've met you for maybe like 3 hours and say you're in a different country,
Yeah.
you're not from New Zealand, you've met them for 3 hours, say, and they say to you, you know, if you're ever in New Zealand, come and stay with us. They mean it. That's not just an empty uh, thing for a New Zealander to say. Where
I
we have this like, and maybe it's a naivety because
mhm.
nothing really bad happens to you in New Zealand much. Um, yeah, we have an openness that is,
I get your point.
yeah,
I'm from Brazil, and in Brazil we have this thing that people always say when you meet a Brazilian person, when you go to Brazil, after half an hour talking, you feel like you're best friends
right.
because there's something about it that there's a connection there. You know, it's interesting to see that. For example, in Brazil, we say when you can feed three people, we find a way to feed five at the same time.
Yeah,
When you can accommodate two people to sleep, we find a way to have three or four at the same time. So we have the thing about it, find a solution, a way to make everyone maybe happy or, sort it out something about could be anything that we find a way somehow to accommodate things that need to be done at the time regarding
yeah.
people.
In the Maori culture, we have a word for it called manaakitanga, and it's about hospitality and feeding the people and
Yeah,
showing the people love and care.
totally. I get your point for sure. Next question. Let's do
Yeah.
it. Okay, before the next question, what's the biggest joy of, your career as an artist, making movies, short movies? What do you like the most about it? And there's always a challenging part as well. What that would be?
The biggest joy is when you can bring a group of people together who also take ownership of the project and want to put their mark on it as well. Because a lot of the time when you're doing a movie, like a short film or a play or something, it's it feels magical because it's something that's been entirely made up. Like it's a scenario that someone the writer, and the writer could also be the director, but a lot of the times I work with writers instead of writing myself. It's a world that they have fully created and imagined, and a group of usually adults have also come and put their imagination to this world too, and made it a reality. It's it feels like playing,
Right.
um, but as an adult, and it is magical that that can be a job.
Totally. And the flip side, what do you find most challenging?
Um, Dealing with egos.
Ooh, this is a good. Why is
Because
that? Yeah,
technical challenges can be solved, but egos can't always be solved.
it's more difficult, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the bigger egos is the most difficult ones for sure.
Yeah.
Get it? Okay. Next question is, if you could live in any time period, which you would choose and why?
As a woman, I think it would have to be, well, now in some places it's getting worse. It'd have to be the sometime around now or sometime in the future because um I feel like as humans we are nostalgic for a lot of parts about the past that
Mhm.
that are presented to us positively, right? Like we see like the fashion of the 60s or the 50s or like the it seems like nice, like everybody has all these great family values and it's simpler or whatever, but I imagine that for a woman a lot of those times would have been tough.
And for you, based on your experience as a female director, yeah, in the industry, do you think sometimes can be, difficult because, you are as a woman in the industry, or for you, people in the industry, they see as the same as a man, let's say.
Um, they the thing is, like I've been asked a lot in the past if I've ever felt discriminated against as a woman.
Okay.
Um, I don't know directly because nobody has ever said anything to my face that I could say this is discrimination and you're treating me differently. But I think take like if we take a wider look at the industry, there were some t statistics published that I saw today that in 2016, I think 7% of the top 250 movies in of the year or whenever it was were directed by women. And then
Wow.
last year it was only a rise to 8%. So a 1% rise. So I think statistically we can see that women as directors are still not being given the agency, even though there has been a push to hire more. Um,
I see.
so yeah, I can't say that I directly have felt it, but on the whole, it's still the case, and we can do a lot better. It's tough because it's an industry where at the top level, they don't want to take a lot of risk. They're spending a lot of money. The audiences are not the same as what they used to be. Um,
Right.
you're having to operate on putting things out there that are either an IP that they already know will sell, or big stars that they know will sell tickets as well. And if you're those executives, you don't want to you want to hire the people that you already know have pulled
Right.
it off before. And so it's much more difficult to take a risk on the untested, I guess. And because the women haven't been given the opportunities previously, they're still in the untested category.
But I love the fact that you never experienced something that you felt, you know what I mean, under
No,
your.
yeah, I mean,
I love that.
if I have been discriminated against, I don't know it.
No, great. I
Yeah.
think it's a positive thing because for sure, if somehow you would felt that, you would point it out, you would feel it, you would
Mm.
see, but at least didn't have. I love that. I think it's amazing to hear that. That's great. Cool. 3 questions left. Let's do it.
Okay.
Okay, next question is. Oh, tough question now.
Okay.
If someone gave you an envelope with your death date inside of it, would you open it or not? And why?
I have thought about this question before. No.
Wow.
Do
How
people normally say yes?
now, actually, fun enough, I when I started doing the show, I almost took this question away because I thought to myself, no, I'm sure people are just gonna say no, no, no. But actually, a few people they say yes.
They say
It's
yes.
surprisingly. And again, they're not right or wrong. It's just the way people
Yeah.
see things.
No, yeah, I have thought about this. Um, yeah, I think ultimately I'd have to say no because
Yeah,
I don't know what I would do if I knew.
totally. And
Yeah.
I'm with you as well. I think honestly, I'll be very tempted because I'm so curious. I
I
think I'll
mean,
be like, oh my
the
God,
whoever it was who presented the envelope would have to like take it away immediately.
right,
I couldn't have it sitting in the house like
right,
Pandora's box, just like
right.
being
Yeah.
ignored. It would
For
have to
me,
be a one-time opportunity.
For me too. For me too. I think I'll be very tempted, but I wouldn't be able to because, as you mentioned, I think would somehow, I would be
Yeah.
have that back of my mind to change a little bit my journey somehow. You know
It
what I
could
mean?
change your trajectory completely.
Totally.
Yeah.
But I appreciate as well when people say yes, and because they want to know, because they want to do a lot, and this
They
and
want to get all their bucket list things done.
totally. I
Yeah.
love that. So yeah, and I think it's the way we see differently. But I wouldn't be able to. I think I would be so tempted, but no, no. Saying that, what's the meaning of life for you when you think about life?
The meaning of life is It's about connection. It's about our connection with one another. As an artist, it's about being able to connect with the audience through ideas and through emotions and storytelling. But it's also about our connection with the environment. We we as humans can't exist without what we've been given to exist on, and we have a responsibility toward that.
Amazing. Two questions left. Let's
Yeah.
do it. Right, so before the next question, let's do a little game. So let's pretend
Okay.
that you have in your hands the biggest budget in your hand. So you can,
God.
you're gonna put together like a play or a short movies or anything, and you
Yeah.
can cast any artist because you've got the money in your hand. So you can cast anyone to play your mom. You can cast anyone to play your dad. At the same time as well, would you like to be on it, or would you like to cast someone to play you?
I don't know who would play me, so
Okay, so you're gonna be there. So you're gonna be there. Also, you can cast anyone to play your romantic partner. So tell me those names.
uh, okay. So my mother would be played by Meryl Streep.
Wow. By the way, I met her once. I was in a
You did?
bedroom. I was in a bedroom, just me and Mary Streep one day.
Wow.
I was working a five-star hotel and she was promoting, I think it was the Dev Wears Prada,
Oh my
like
gosh.
no, long time ago. Yes, I think it was. And I was doing room service. I rang
Wow.
the bell and suddenly Meryl Streep
It's
opened the
Meryl
door.
Streep? Oh my God.
I was like, oh my lords. Anyway, back to you now.
Okay. Who would play my dad? That would be such a hard part to cast.
So much names going around your head right now.
Yeah. Who would play my dad? I actually can't think.
Okay, your romantic partner.
Um, who would play my romantic partner? Diego Luna.
Wow. Okay, so as you couldn't cast anyone to play your dad, but if you could collaborate with a director, to be by your side somehow,
Mhm.
you know, helping you or put all together, which person that would be?
That would be um well, I'm gonna have to go with my countrywoman, Jane Campion.
Amazing. Now the question is gonna be a bit tougher.
Okay.
One day you're gonna wake up in the morning having three missed calls on your phone from Mary Streep,
Yeah.
from your romantic partner you mentioned, and also the director you just mentioned right now. Which
Okay.
one, which one you're gonna call back straight away? Which one you're gonna send a message? I call you back later. And the third one, you don't call back, just ignore them for now.
I'm calling Jane Campion back straight away. Diego Luna I would message, and then I would ignore Meryl Streep.
I can't believe you just ignored Mary Streep right now. Very brave.
Jane might be able to put me in contact with her, so this is
There you go.
strategic. I thought about this.
She will understand. If she watches interview, she will understand that.
She'll
She'll.
understand. I mean, Jane, I think would be able to help me more directly in my life. Um, and because of the things that are important to me,
I
she's the
see.
person who's getting called first.
Totally. And somehow you're gonna work in future with her afterwards, so it's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Next question is, what gives you butterflies?
Oh, in like a nervous way or an excited way?
Either.
I'm part of a Kappa Haka group
What?
in London called Nati Ranana. And every year we do a concert at Christmas time. So we do haka like the All Blacks do. And songs, action songs. We do more tear, which is a type of chant. Um, and that gives me butterflies in two ways. One is that last year when we performed, I was in the front row,
Wow.
and that was That was nerve-wracking because I'm definitely a behind the scenes person. I don't consider myself to be a performer, and so being out the front was it made me nervous, but also the weight of the responsibility made me nervous because we're presenting our culture to an audience of around 500 people, I think.
Wow.
We're at that place, and it also gives me butterflies because if you ever hear a haka in real life, you get goosebumps. It sends a shiver up your spine.
When
Um,
you say rock, is there a rock game like the ice, like the Rocky game? Rock, that's the one you meant.
no, haka. So have
Haka.
you have you ever seen the New Zealand All Blacks rugby team play?
Oh, I see. Yes, when they do the
When they
performance.
do, yeah, when they do the performance at the beginning, that's haka.
I see. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I got. Oh my God, that's very interesting. It's very well known for that when they get together and do that performance. That's amazing.
Yeah, so we do that. I'm part of a group that does haka every Christmas. We do a concert.
Love that. Saying that, Abby, when you tell me a person in your life when you're feeling the happiest, like you having those moments when you need to share with someone, you need to tell me a person that comes to your mind. At the same time as well, when you're feeling the lowest or melancholic, or you just need to open up a little bit, or talk to the same person. Which person comes to your life for both case?
So that person is my friend Catherine, who is a writer. I also work with her on projects. We've been friends for Um, nearly 20 years, so pretty much since I first moved to the UK. And I mean, we have this like kind of thing that you're talking about pretty much every Sunday. She she comes over to my place for breakfast. We go swimming and we talk about all the sadness and the joy that is going on in our weekly lives.
Okay, so Catherine is watching this interview right now. When you have a moment, an opportunity to send her a message. What did you say? She's watching.
Hello, Catherine. Thank you for being one of my most wonderful friends. I really appreciate the depth in which we've been able to share our lives together, and I hope this will continue for many years into the future.
Goosebump. My God. I think those people, they come into our lives. It's funny because we don't choose friends. You know what I mean? Don't go around say, oh, I'm
I
going to be
was
friends.
thinking about this the other day.
It
Yeah,
doesn't work. It's like a
no.
relationship. You know what I mean? It's just when happen, that's it. You know what I mean? You're going to feel someone. It's a safe place to be. You know what I mean? Having those friends. It's a place where you can be your true 100% yourself.
Yeah.
They're going to understand you. I get that. Perfect. Last question. Ready?
Okay.
Do it. Last one. But before the last question, tell me a moment in your career. I'm sure you have some memories through those years that it brings, you hold close to your heart. But if you could choose one of them for any reason for your career that somehow you go like, you know what, I will always remember these moments. What moment that would be?
Um, so the last short film that I made in 2024, I was flown to California to make this film, and it was a project that I was first asked to do by the writers in 2016, and they're t two guys who are from Fresno, California. We'd met through a mutual friend of a friend of ours who's also a writer that lives over here that they knew from university. And yeah, so I was asked in 2016, and it was one of those things that, they'd always say, "Oh, we still want to do this project. It's going to happen." And I was like, "Great, like let me know." And then in 2023, I got a message from Brandon, one of the writers, and they said, "Are you free in January?" And I was like, "Yeah." And so I got flown out to America. They were everybody on the crew was extremely hospitable,
Wow.
very friendly, very excited to be working on the project, and we just had a great time making it.
Wow. And how long did you stay there for?
I was there for 10 days. The shoot was 5 days long, but I was there for 10 days, yeah. We went up and visited Yosemite.
Uh-huh.
And it was snowing and beautiful and yeah,
Oh,
I just had an amazing time.
great.
Yeah.
Last question is, which talent you wish you had?
I wish I could play a musical instrument. I mean,
Anyone, anything in particular?
uh, I'm gonna say the piano.
Okay. And why is that?
I think knowing how to play music opens up something different in your brain and how you view things and how you experience things. And I guess it's like knowing multiple languages. You experience more of the world because you have that skill.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, uh it's another language, it's another way of communicating how
Okay.
you're feeling, it's another
Yeah.
way of touching people's lives.
Yeah.
And it's a great trick to bring out at a party.
It's funny how it's interesting how music, moves you. Music brings, every emotion that it's available for you. It's great. Even when you feel down, you put a melancholic song, you don't feel worse. You just feel great about that moment of being melancholic or sad for some reason. So I love
Yeah.
it. It's great
It's
music.
it's cathartic. It helps you to like get
Yeah.
those feelings out.
And the nostalgia as well. I love those
Yeah.
songs that brings you to some memories that was there, and it feels live again. It feels like you are living the same memory again, like in real life.
It's like a time
Great.
machine.
Totally. Right, so on the end yet, let's play now the word association game. Okay, I'm going to say some
Okay.
words. Just tell one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking. Okay,
Mhm.
one word for money.
Freedom.
Fear.
Uh, Challenge.
Family.
Warmth.
Life.
Vast.
Love.
Complicated.
Can be religion.
Um, Personal.
Sex.
Fun.
Politics.
Divisive.
Friendship.
Um, Love.
Desire.
Longing.
Regret.
None.
Success.
Individual.
I like that. Wish.
Hmm. Uh, Potential.
Happiness.
Changing.
One word for London.
One word for London. Uh,
It can be so many words, doesn't it? It can be so many.
yeah, they're all just coming at me from different places, and none of them are the correct word. Um, so I am going to say enigma.
Wow. New Zealand, one word.
Kainga.
Which is?
It means home.
Oh, sweet. Say again. Kanya. Kanya.
Kainga.
Amazing. I love that. And the last one now. Movie director, one word.
Dream.
Amazing. Let's pretend now I'm going to meet Catherine for a coffee, and I'm going
Okay.
to I'm going to ask her, define Abby in one positive and one negative word only. What should say about you?
One positive and one negative. Um, she would say uh, dependable, and um, negative. I'm now trying to think what Catherine would view as negative. Not well, not necessarily what I would view as negative. Um, self-critical.
Mm. What's your star sign astrology, Abby?
I'm an Aquarius.
Aquarius. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's play now, Abby and the Magic Box, and you can ask me a question. But before asking the question, people watch this interview. Maybe they are starting a career as a director, in the movie industry. They want, they're full of dreams. They have this fascination about movies. What would be your best piece of advice for those people?
Um, it's a piece of advice that I've been given uh a lot and have resisted for a long time until I was old enough to really understand what it meant. And it's tell the story that only you can tell.
Wow, this is a very personal and nice one. I like
Yeah.
that. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I love that. Amazing. Okay, Ab, you can ask me a question now.
Okay, I'm going to ask you my father's favorite question to ask people, but I'm going to truncate it a little bit because otherwise we'd be here for a very long time. So
Right.
he usually asks, what are the top 10 meals that you've had in your life? But we're going to say just five of them because it
That's
takes a long time to think of the top 10.
okay. By the way, I love my food, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, the very first one that came to my mind is paella. I love paella. It's something that I could eat for the rest of my life. I wouldn't get sick of it. The second one would be relate to that. Back in Brazil, I've been raised eating rice and beans every single day. So literally, I could eat rice and beans every single day. I would feel
Mhm.
happy. I love pizza. Pizza is something that I don't eat very often just because it doesn't happen. But when I eat it, I just go for it. Pizza is just like, wow. Um, Carbonara pasta. Carbonara. I love carbonara. Again, I was working a long time ago in an Italian restaurant and I
Mhm.
was having carbonara as a meal every day. Everyone was like, William, change something different. Just go for another pasta or pizza. But I had my carbonara with garlic bread on the side
You've got
every.
to stick with your favorites at a place.
Actually, in the last one now, actually, it naturally just came to my mind, and is my favorite, one of my favorite fruit, which is watermelon. I could eat watermelon every single day. Fun enough, since I left Brazil, I never had a watermelon taste like as we have in Brazil.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
So sweet and juicy. There's something when I go to Brazil, it's like watermelon, please. I feel like eating. So yeah, I would go for those that naturally just came to my mind right now.
Nice. I like
Amazing.
it. That's good foods.
Did you enjoy the interview?
I did enjoy the interview. Yes, it made me think about a lot of things I probably not thought about in a long time. But no,
Thanks
thank you
again.
so much.
Thanks for taking the time. Thanks for bringing this energy to the show. I love passionate people, and I can feel this energy that you have. It's amazing. I think it's great. So thanks again for taking the time. I know we are so busy with our own lives, and when someone taking their time for us is precious. So I appreciate your time as well. Before you go, if you can share
Yes.
a positive message or anything that you live by.
Okay. So this is a quote by a man named Paul Arden, who was one of the world's most famous advertising executives during the 80s and the 90s. And his whole ethos was about looking at things differently and thinking differently and creating adverts that would shake us up a little bit that wouldn't be expected. He hated lazy thinking. And the quote is fail, fail again, and fail better.
I love that. It makes so sense. Feels better. There's always a way for you to improve yourself, even failing. I love that.
Yeah.
That's great. Thanks again for your time. Thanks for taking the time for the interview. When you keep in
Thank you.
touch, okay? It was a pleasure having you on the show. Have a good night.
Thank
Okay?
you. Thank you so much.
Take care. Bye
Okay.
bye.
Bye.
So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, to share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why you'd like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye, see you next time.